Okay, so there was some massive stuff that was being dropped about the latest Fairy Tail like chapter, and it's not the one that we're going to be talking about that's coming out on Monday with the whole chapter 489 that's going to be coming out. No, the most important thing is what's happening with 490 of the series, as it's being described that like the ending of the title for the next chapter of Fairy Tail after 489 comes out is that it's just gonna be titled Fairy Tail Zero. Now people are going, okay, the countdown's over, what the hell's gonna be happening, what's going on? And a lot of people are making a bunch of assumptions and a bunch of theories, and I've pretty much gone to my own theory, especially with like a bunch of people on like Twitter as well have actually said like some stuff, and I was like, alright, adding in my own little parts on it, this is actually some real good shit that people are coming up with over on like Twitter and Reddit and just a bunch of stuff. I've been asked to comment about like 3 or 4 times about this, like saying like, are you actually going to talk about this? Like, what the hell's going on with Fairy Tail Zero? Is like Zera coming back to life? Like there was a bunch of stuff, and here's what I'm thinking is going to be happening. The countdown is over, and I believe this is probably going to be happening at the same time that Kana, since we've been seeing in the chapter of 489, is that Kana is probably perhaps maybe going to break the shell that we see on Mavis, and this is probably the time that thinks that like maybe Zeref at this point can actually use it and use his secret weapon that he's been hiding. Because I think like we've already seen like someone like Bradman that was actually who was a demon, and we've clearly seen people in the series before like Silver who was actually resurrected, so it would make a lot of sense if he actually did something like that to Zeta. Most cruelest thing that like Zeref could do is bring back like Mavis's long lost friend that she thought it was, and the one thing that could be even more fucked up is that obviously Mavis is probably gonna think this is the friend that I know, but it's like clearly with those memories like there could be a bunch of stuff in it, maybe for like I don't know, like with the memories that he knows, so obviously knowing that Zeref was an illusion, like maybe he could have done some manipulation on this and like actually use this to try and trick like Mavis in some way. The people are going like, whoa, like what's going on, you know, like how is like Zera like that? It's like, well, concept of death really, like considering that someone like Silver was kind of like pretty much resurrected, and we've seen like a bunch of other shit, and considering that we've seen like someone like Gargiel turn into particles, like I'm like not really surprised as like someone thinks, what if the character is resurrected in like Fairy Tail, or like we've seen necromancy before, so it's like it'd be a surprise and all that if like Zeref did this and kind of manipulated, because we've seen like humans trying to be manipulated, like we saw with Minerva that kind of like turned into like a demon as well, like so we could see something like this in the potential future. Honestly, there's a lot of excitement going into this where I feel like it wouldn't make in the sense it's like, well, that was in her imagination, that would be like part of the magic. Like you could like make up some stuff that's saying like Zeref managed to get some of the DNA and like there's some way of like actually working around, or like even that this one is a little bit more crueler and saying like, you know what, it's a shame, I thought we could have been eventually friends, and like that's the problem. If this is actually going to be ending up joining this battle, or I ended up seeing any of this stuff, is like I've had all these memories, I know this is the Zera I've made into it, and it's like probably be a little bit more emotional if they destroy it and like Zera actually finally regaining consciousness, because I believe like if we see this Zera like at all, like I believe that this Zera is not really going to have a consciousness at all. It's just going to be kind of like a mind walking drone or such and all that. That's probably going to be having some like fearsome magic. Whether or not what that magic could be, well, that's a lot of like things like you could say like what could actually like Zera be if there's got demon implanted, because she have like some Devil Slayer stuff in there, or she could have like some a lot more fearsome magic that Zera like, you know, has actually implanted into her. Maybe like he's the way like reason like how he's gonna get like the whole fairy heart out. Maybe like she's some sort of restriction, like we don't know. I feel like that's just like maybe what like Zeref would do at the end. Like Zeref is just like, this is how heartless he is now at this point, where he's just like, he would do something this fucked up where he's like, I'm just gonna bring back your dead friend, like this is what I'm gonna do. It's like, you know, this is how I'm gonna fuck up with you. But then his question is like, how would Zeref exactly know the location of the grave? And I mean, he has been on Tenro Island with like with like seen many times when it like during the Tenro arc he was there, and then also as well like maybe he found it during that time, like who knows, maybe at some point he actually did go back to like Tenro, maybe he's gone back there to multiple times, and maybe he happened to find the grave of a bunch of people there. I think it's like a bunch of interesting things. Like I said, I've been adding my own stuff into it, but it's like when like someone actually said that like, oh, like Zera's coming back, and I was like, that's kind of the weird thing like about it. But it's like, you know, that's a character that was like, you know, we like got a little bit about her, like, and had kind of that whole shocking reveal like kind of like at the end of Fairy Tail Zero that she wasn't real, and I know a lot of people was able to kind of like point that out, since like obviously like what Fairy Tail Zero was supposed to be like if you had to take over like the O and all that, and you put out like with the crosses and all that, that's actually supposed to like spell out Fairy Tail Zera, so it was supposed to say something like had something like big about her. I was kind of surprised because a lot of people kind of guessed very early on about the whole Zera thing as well, so I'm really impressed about that. Other than that, that's all really the information that we can kind of go after. Like, there's like some fairy tale. So clearly, like, I think we can confirm that, yes, that the 0 is going to be the point where something big is going to be going down. Whether or not there's going to be stuff, we're going to be seeing some crazy stuff, whether Zereth is now finally get in, or like we're going to be seeing the Actologia fight with a lean, or whether or not we are going to have this potential Zera like come into there. There's a lot of multiple things that we can go into, but you know, I like to point out, you know, I like to thank everyone that is like kind of hit me up about this, and also as well sharing their own theories about this, because I thought this was very good. And like I said, like, I don't want to take full credit of this, because this was a bunch of people saying on it, but I just like to give my own twist on it. That's all from me though, so thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you beautiful bastards next time.